Hi everyone, I'm DrRic, the founder of Herbal411.com. I'm classically trained in the practice of family medicine. That means I went through medical school, then I went through 3 years of residency. I was subsequently chosen to do a fellowship in sports medicine for an additional year. I received certification at UCLA in acupuncture, and I was invited to the University of Arizona to complete a 2-year fellowship in integrative medicine. All that training, in addition to a love of sports, exercise, and nutrition, has led me to where I am now, which is to serve you. This video is just a thank you to all my subscribers and patients who followed me when I separated from conventional insurance-based medicine, what you might know of as speed medicine, and got into my own practice. Since I started in 1995, I've been through about 5 different large hospital systems. It always seems that I end up trying to do my own thing. But something you might not know is in medical school, they don't teach us about economics or starting your own practice. In fact, most people leaving medical school are hit with bills that really obligates you to get the highest paying job available. Now, I admit, 2020 was probably not the time to start a small business, but I figured it was the best time to leave if I was going to do anything. And I really thank those of you who followed me and continue to be my patients that I refer to as warriors. I consider myself a warrior in life. I've controlled and reversed my fibromyalgia. In Chicago, we usually end up fighting seasonal affective disorder, but I think I'm getting a hold of it. And with regards to the aging process, I am trying as best as possible to slow that down. But there's always going to be unforeseen things that get in the way, which is why I'm making this video. In fact, if you're not one of my patients that either sees me as a single consult or an annual subscriber to Herbal 411, you probably should click off now, because the following information will be secrets to longevity that are made for my patients only. So I'll give you 2 seconds to get off, and done. So the rest of you that are still here, listen, I really thank you for sticking with me and continuing to be members. I do appreciate your subscriptions and your membership, but I'm going to make a plea with you because I'm not at the break-even point where I can sustain a practice. In fact, I still have to work outside jobs to make ends meet. But if you're not seeing positive results out of our doctor-patient relationship, I don't want your money. Now, there's a few of you who will want to hold the membership just in case you need me, and that's fair, because the annual quarterly membership is cheaper than seeing me throughout the year and paying single consult fees. So for my folks that subscribe to the annual membership, I do honor you and I try to do as best of a discount as I can. But some of you, and I won't call you out, haven't really followed up with me. So I'm going to change a couple rules. The way I usually put together our consults is, if you're a single consult, I'll try to get as much information as possible from you, loading up past information, blood tests, imaging tests, or consults that you've had, so I can see them, then I can order my tests, and we can meet and put everything together and come up with a directional idea about how to get out of medical disease, or at least how to get into a better form of life. I only have a handful of warriors who I consider boring, but those are the folks who are so healthy that I can't find anything. I can't find any markers of inflammation. I can't find any problems that might be coming up, aside from age, and they're doing everything they have to do. If and when I do find something, I will do my best to help reverse that and get them back onto the straight and narrow. Personally, my objective is to live and see my great-great-grandson alive. I don't know if that will ever happen, but I'm going to try, so I have no regrets. Then my goal is to keep my family alive, because I don't want to do this alone. And my final goal is to keep all my friends and patients alive, because I'd like to do this in a community. I run excursions not for my benefit, but for everybody else's benefit. So if we can see the sunset together and maybe reverse disease together, why not? There's only 2 ways to do it. One is to get the data from blood testing, imaging tests, radiology, and put together data points to figure out where our deficiencies are, where the proverbial kinks in the armor have to be supported. And then once we take care of your deficiencies and your vulnerabilities, then you're bulletproof. Now, I understand that a lot of you have high deductibles and you do pay over and above your annual premiums just to see me. So I can do this another way too. So if we can't do blood testing, there's an old school way to do this. And that's just getting the dry erase board out, my pen, and putting down a bunch of plans. plans. And that will take time, which is why most of my visits take an hour and a half to 2 hours to hash out ideas and directions together. If I put together a plan of exercise, nutrition, calming practice, or sleep interventions, and it doesn't resonate with you, that won't get us anywhere. So we have to do this as a team. Now, we cannot just default back to what you've been doing, because whatever you've been doing for the last 20 to 50 years has brought you to me. But I understand that sometimes we have to do a little bit at a time, and I'm okay with waiting. But like I mentioned before, I'm okay with waiting and seeing you maybe every quarter. That's exactly why I would offer you the annual fee versus a single consult fee over and over again. So one way or another, if you're stuck in a place that you don't want to be at, we can either do blood testing or old school history taking. I can even go to the gym with you if you think you're doing great. We can do things together to get you out of your rut, whether that rut is an elevated cholesterol, a persistent hypertension, problems with being on too many medicines, or just being overweight. I have 20-year-olds that see me with mood disorder. I have master athletes at 70. I can see a wide variety of different people. It doesn't really matter what you come in with, whether it's terminal disease or just getting through a relationship. I can usually think of a better way to apply what's around us to make you feel the success that you deserve. Sometimes it means psychotherapy, sometimes it means taking a couple supplements, sometimes it means a massive change in food, or maybe a sprinkling in of 1 time a week exercise. One way or another, there is no cookie cutter solution that fits the entire population. And honestly, if you wanted that, stick with your regular doctor. Average algorithms for treatment give you average results. And the average American is overweight, stuck on a lot of medicines, and unhappy. I am not saying that I'm better than my colleagues, but I am saying that I have more time. And with time, we have more choices and more personalization. If you're tired of the 15-minute visit and just getting a new prescription every wellness visit annually, then consider investing your care in Herbal 411. You can use your HSA or FSA to pay for the membership or a single consult. And for those of you where it's just not the right time to see me, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I put out videos based on what I see in the clinic. And typically the prevailing symptom that my warriors seek me out, depending on the season, is going to be what you're suffering from too. However, if you are not a patient of mine and you chose to watch up until this point in time, my videos are not meant to be a substitute for medical advice, so please take this information and bring it to your doctor to see how it applies to you. One way or another, whether you watch the videos or you consult with me for a lifestyle change, I will do my best to keep you and your family healthy. So in conclusion, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate your trust in my care, and I'll do the best I can to keep us alive for the next 40 years. Maybe you'll live longer than me, but as long as we do it as a village, that's the cool part. Thanks for watching up until this point in time. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section down below. Otherwise, I'll see you at the next video.